Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you've seen my island tour, then you know that I have a few areas that I lovingly refer to as my flower hell, aka I let the flowers take over and have lost full control over my outdoor island design. So, with spring finally here, I thought it was the perfect time to finally tackle that flower hell and do a proper deep cleaning and embark on a little declutter with me adventure. I hope you've got your shovels and garbage bags ready, guys, because here we go. We begin our adventure bright and early at 5:16 a.m., a time that I honestly forgot existed in Animal Crossing. I was pleasantly surprised at the atmosphere though, because everything from the sky to the music and even just the atmosphere was a perfect A+. So relaxing and cozy. I got to work on a little prep before the main event, including some fossils, bells, and a fateful gaze out into the ocean at my little fishy friend, one of the only other creatures alive at this ungodly hour. God knows I wouldn't be awake if it wasn't for the flowers. With my pockets full, I ran to Blathers to get some fossils checked, thankful to have some aspect of my normal routine intact, before marveling at the Roost, which I forgot was open 24/7. Shout out Brewster. Although in truth, I don't even drink coffee in real life, I thought my in-game self needed a little pep in her step before embarking on today's massive task. Even if it's just for the placebo effect, we're definitely gonna need it. I scooped up some Nook Miles before heading out for our very first Dropbox sale of the day. Believe me when I say this is the first of many, so we'll keep count just for fun. It's amazing how much money you can make off of flowers alone, especially when they're rare colors or breeds like the lily of the valley. Before jumping in, I used my island map to sketch a rough outline of my plan of attack. A basic left to right strategy starting from the upper leftmost beach up to the second highest tier and slowly migrating right until I ran out of flowers. Sounds simple enough, right? With seemingly nothing left to prepare, I headed over to the beach and got right into it. In the philosophy of Marie Kondo, if it doesn't spark joy, then it's time to say goodbye, so a big farewell was in order for my little flower friends. As the weight of these unruly plants slowly lifted from my shoulders, I felt increasingly thankful for having started so early. As you can see in the time-lapse, the slow passing of the clouds and the brush of the waves against the shore was remarkably serene. I felt a sense of calm and release that I hadn't in quite a while playing Animal Crossing. It was like a meditative experience. Oh yeah, and I broke a bunch of shovels. I felt like I was on some kind of hidden camera reality show because it was truly comical how quickly my first two shovels broke in the first wave of flowers. I realized then and there that I had not anticipated such a high need for shovels and inserted a little impromptu crafting session to make sure I'd be set for the rest of the morning. It's crazy to me how the detail of tool durability was a completely new feature for New Horizons. While it was admittedly hard to adjust to at first, as older games let us use the same old shovel from day one to day done, I kinda like it now. At the very least, it gives me an excuse to buy new ones and play around with the design. Customization for the win. This next shift of digging was spent hyper-fixating on the message in the bottle next to me. I kept it in my line of sight as some kind of metaphorical reward for completing this next wave, and wondered on and on about what could be inside. I was also realizing just how long this would take, and I couldn't decide how I felt about that. It would be cool if you could hire an NPC or service like Leaf to come to your island and completely clear out certain pre-selected areas for you to aid in redesigning and decluttering efforts. But then again, the forced do-it-yourself aspect to many elements of the island design does ensure a true sense of pride and achievement once you complete things yourself. On a surprising note, my beloved letter in a bottle was holding the DIY recipe for a chic tulip crown, one that I didn't have before, so score! It's amazing to me that after almost 500 hours of playtime, yes 500, I still have DIY recipes to collect and craft. Those long-term collection goals of the game really do shine through every once in a while when you get a new fish, bug, piece of art, or DIY recipe. I was super jazzed to wrap up this first little section of the map and see a beautifully empty shoreline for the first time in a minute. This spring cleaning thing ain't half bad, huh? Next stop was moving upwards and beginning to declutter what was originally meant to be a cute, cozy little outdoor seating area for spring. While I initially wanted to implement a lot of the bunny day furniture into this setup, as of late it's just been bothering me and feels more junky more than anything, so I wanted to strip down some of the excess and make some breathing room. With little philosophical thought bubbles keeping me company, I began to wonder how I even let this get so crazy in the first place. I think the fact that many of the overgrown flowers were rare colors like pink, purple, or blue, I felt kind of hesitant to get rid of them. Always thinking, oh, let's just put them aside for later, or maybe they'll come in handy one day. But let's be real, they're a total nuisance and I'm sick of them. I let them become an excuse to not decorate the open spaces, and I'm ready for a change. I can attribute part of this sudden desire to declutter to my experience playing the New Horizons DLC, Happy Home Paradise. Getting a chance to think creatively and decorate a variety of spaces to certain requests is really a great way to generate your own island plans and think outside of the box with furniture items. Listen, I grew up playing Animal Crossing in an era where we would decorate rooms exclusively with one theme or furniture series and call it a frickin' masterpiece, okay? My girl Tina had an iconic fruit-themed main room and I was living for it. It was high fashion, let me tell you. So it's been a massive learning curve and shift in the culture to now be playing a game where people are creating magazine-worthy interior designs and crafting islands that I didn't even think were possible within the confines of New Horizons mechanics. It's so easy to feel overwhelmed, uninspired, or even outplayed when it comes to tackling design in the game. And I myself have fallen victim to that from time to time, which is why I have and will continue to preach the fact that all islands are beautiful islands, and that there is no wrong way to play and create in the game. The beauty lies in the fact that we all have a unique perspective on things, so there's no need to feel pressured or competitive with other players in navigating what makes sense creatively or personally. So do your thing, let the flowers take over, change your mind and dethrone the flowers. Change it up, let it stay the same, do whatever feels best for you, because who really cares? It's just a game meant to make us happy and pass the time away, so we might as well play as best we can. At this point, I was happy to get any little distraction that I could, whether it was a broken slingshot or a gift from above, so I used it as an excuse to take a small break. Back to the grind, but I was making significant headway, so I felt eager to cross this narrow section and finally make it over to the final clearing. If you're enjoying this video thus far, please give it a like and let me know down in the comments what you're up to on your island. Are you ready to declutter some flowery spots like me? Still in the process of decorating the empty areas? Or maybe even considering redesigning a mostly finished island? Wherever you are in your journey, I'd love to hear what you're up to. We're all on our own adventure, but we're in this together. The Animal Crossing community is one that'll always be there for you to support, grow, and chill together. One of the questions that I ran into while tackling this section in particular was, what the heck am I gonna do with my money trees after the declutter? Up until this point, I had always just used this small upper left area of the section as a sort of makeshift money tree orchard, but now that I'm redecorating, I have no idea what to put there, or where to put them. They're not the most aesthetically pleasing plants on the planet, and I'm afraid to take up too much of the newly created space with trees. Maybe I'll have to do a little research on other people's approaches. What do you guys do with your money trees? Do you even grow them at all? What about your rocks? Are they all together, or are they scattered here and there? Maybe I'm getting too ahead of myself. There's still flowers to pick after all. I can only imagine what my neighbors see as they're waking up and looking outside their windows. Just one mad woman with a shovel, dirt all over her face, millions of flowers stuffed into her pocket, and rain pouring all around her like it's the climax of some dramatic movie. I don't blame them for staying inside and watching. It's way too early for this. Finally, now time to decide how many lilies of the valley to keep. They are special, but this amount is sparking pure despair, so off we go to take some away. At least they sell for a bit more than usual, right? At this point, I was sincerely shook to see almost 50,000 bells in today's total from the Dropbox sales. Yes, the first 20,000 or so were from the fossils, but still, I'm a money-making machine, and I'm sorry, but you can't stop me. Stock market who? I did a little happy dance in the newly cleared grass and really just felt like a million bells. Nobody can rain on my parade, not even the rain. With an extra pep in my step, I went back to the seating area and did some additional cleanup to make it feel just that much more organized. The fallen petal look is one that I'm fond of, but I don't know, on this day I just was not in the mood for excess. We did it, guys, we really did it, and it feels amazing to say that. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more island redesign related content, comment down below. I don't know about you, but I'm just so glad to see grass again, right? For more Animal Crossing and other cozy gaming related content, please consider joining our community and subscribing. I'd love to have you here. Until the next one, take care, stay safe, and happy decluttering. Bye!